the first day of summer 2022, and we have nice pops of color that we didn't have last time we did a tour. The variegated iris has bloomed. I added some sun patience over here to give it long-lasting color since the spring blooming plants have gone by. Down here there's Russian sage that's slow to come out. Geraniums look good. And we have the perennial hibiscus came back. That's exciting. Globe thistle loving its life. The rose campion, that'll be blooming soon. Cleaned up this part a little bit, kind of last minute plantings with the petunias and some sedum. Couldn't stand the empty look. It is breezy today. It's a beautiful day. Not a lot has changed at the rock wall. Added some annuals for some color. Lady's mantle looks lovely. These allium are in a pot. Just waiting for the foliage to die back. I added some impatiens. Not fully in love with how I added the annuals in here. The color palette's a little off. I was just kind of making do with the colors I had available to me. I prefer coral or orange impatiens, but those were sold out. Did add some orange celosia to complement the hostas and all the different colors. My little turtle guy. Gotta remember to keep him watered this summer. The dwarf goat's beard, I don't remember if that was in here last time. That's new this year. My funky planter's going to town. I try to scantia. Getting a little lanky. So I did a lot of repeating with the celosia and the impatiens. Fill things in a little bit. Our primrose is in bloom, so that is super cheery to look at. The colors are filling in right where I want them to be. I really tried to repeat the silver, chartreuse, blue-green. This coleus is taking its sweet old time. It's one of the new albritos right there. That one I started from seed. We have some snaps that are taking their time. And a lot of the annuals aren't as large as they should be. It's just been cool and dry. And really it's the heat. Speaking of which, that planter needs to be watered. This Avens is just lovely to look at. Great cut flower. I added the pink hippo here. I was trying to put the planters in a shade spot. The slugs just loved them too much, so I tucked them in the rock wall here. Mint is very happy this year, which is fine with me. I don't mind. Oh, that's it from afar. It's midday, which I don't usually document when the sun's directly out like this. But it was very cloudy this morning, and then in the evening it's just too shady to really see things very well. I did finally pull out the violas. This will be a coral colored geranium. Still be huge this year. Need to find another shrub or something to put into this blank spot. We have the cardinal flower, which is just tall and doesn't really belong there. This is new, the double doozy spirea. Should bloom all summer. Nice pink blooms. So those are lovely. I like having the extra space between the plants out here. I would like something different colored foliage or texture. Debating about spikenard, but I feel like the foliage is very similar to the astilbe. Then we have this astilbe over here, which is very large. We'll have darker blooms. Another hippo in a pot, a Dwitzia. Another planter that I could plant in. I'm kind of running out of steam. I want to keep buying more annuals, but my budget doesn't want me to keep buying more annuals. So I'm just having a major dilemma. Do I just let everything go as is? This hydrangea in the pot I received as a gift this, well, early spring, end of winter. I think there's hope for it if I stay on top of watering it. I did add these annuals in here. They don't look so great in the dappled light, but the color combination spoke to me. Oh, that's a little bit better there. We have the Sweet William. Now, of course, I forget everybody's name. Ageratum is the purple blue flower. And Nicotiana, the lime yellow. And some half-dead petunias that are thrown in there. And we do have, eventually, coming along, Martha Washington geranium. May not get enough sun to live its best life. Over here, there have been irises for some time, and they did bloom. They are pale yellow. Don't really get enough light. My peas are in bloom. We do have some pods coming along, so that's very exciting. Pretty, pretty colors. 4 different kinds, a couple of shelling and a couple of pea pods. Cut flowers have been very fun to work with. The stalk I've been cutting. I must say, selecting for the doubles worked pretty well. I've had a few singles that I'm okay with, but the doubles really are special. So this is a single over here. Not fully open, but you can tell how the flower is just smaller versus this one, more ruffly and full. The dill, of course, the largest dill out here, self-seeded from last year, basically planting like a cool flower. Over here, these ones I did start inside. They look like tree trunks. Snaps are almost there, not quite ready. The Orlea has come out. So that's very exciting. So this is the first time I've grown a lot of these. The bachelor's button, beautiful. So since this is my first year with a lot of these cut flowers, it just makes me want to grow more. Because when you do want to make a bouquet, I feel like, oh, you can get a couple bouquets and that's it. I didn't plant enough. So I have to be kind of selective of what really the most important ones are to me, because I just don't have all the room in the world. And then down here by Fiona, we have the Tithonia. I haven't really amended this soil, so it's hanging in there. These snaps were extra. They're finally coming to life with the heat. I did direct sow some more Tithonia since the sunflowers were eaten by the chipmunks. The Cleome that were winter jug sown are coming along. More dill that's self-seeded. These are smiley sunflowers. And Elodie pink Asiatic lilies. They're double, pollenless, beautiful. I can't wait for the bee balm to come out because that's the hummingbird's favorite. I did add another tomato, telling myself, oh, 1 tomato, maybe. Well, this is my 5th tomato. Mr. Stripey, the last one I planted, so it was in its pot longer than everybody else. Then over here, I haven't picked anything from these. We have the bee balm, larkspur, zinnia, and I did see at the very end, we have a ground cherry that's self-seeded from last year. And the bugs have always loved the ground cherry. I may just let it go. but they get humongous, so we'll see. I've never had aphids on my plants. This year, the Craspedia was the aphid magnet. So the Craspedia is coming along. And rather than spray it, I did try the hose trick, and lo and behold, the hose did knock off the aphids. So that was pleasing. Cucumbers are putting on some size. Hopefully these little babies get pollinated. And then outside the fence, we're trying a new venture, straw bale garden. Oh, also in here, I've always used alyssum as a border on the rock wall. I had some plants I put out here, and it's so nice to see from the deck that I want to do even more alyssum. So this year I think I did a flat and a half of alyssum. I will be doing more, especially to put near the veggies since I know it attracts the pollinators. The straw bale garden, interesting to say the least. I do know the bales are composting because there was steam coming out of them. They are stinky, so I don't know if they're hot enough or not. I've been adding the high nitrogen fertilizer. I just added the compost this morning and am going to plant green beans there. So I really have nothing to lose. Fleece flower. I really enjoy that. Again, it looks good from the house and the deck. Nice backdrop plant. Sweet autumn clematis. Happy as can be. We'll definitely cover the arch this year. Pretty exciting about that because that was the goal. Put up some more official fencing, fix the back panels, and then this little trellis net. So this is enclosed because I was starting to have a panic moment that the deer were going to come when I've been away and eat my plants. So we have Garden Treasure tomato, Jetstar, black cherry, some marigolds tucked in between, and we have another Jetstar back there. Sadly, this soil has not been as amended as all the other garden beds, and these seedlings are just stuck. It's pretty discouraging. Last year they did great, but I also was probably more diligent about watering them. I chopped off some sedum and just literally stuck them in the ground. If they take, they take. If they don't, that's okay. Smiley sunflowers, which the deer will probably find, but if they don't, that'll be even better. The glads are coming up nice. I don't see any bugs yet. Fingers crossed. Last year I had thrips. In the back by that wooden plank, I did direct sow some more sunflowers. I have this one that has survived chipmunks. So for whatever reason, they leave this area alone. So Tithonia will grow in the other garden. We'll try sunflowers over here. The globe thistle, those look really great. That was thrown in the end of season last year. This was a transplant from the other one by the propane tank. I did top dress with some compost this morning. I do need to water. I just hope these come to life because it'll be a lot of cutting happening with those. This is that second Jetstar, and the hydrangea is getting ready to bloom. More zinnias over here. Kind of ran out of room, just tucking things where I can. And then this Orlea was some I had started in a seed tray. The Orlea in the winter jugs did even better. So it was really fun to experiment with that. Peonies I have been cutting. Those are gorgeous. Dahlia is getting a lot of slug damage. I need to put more bait down, which is funny, it's dry, but because this particular garden doesn't get sun until about 11 o'clock, the slugs have all that time to feast. And there's one peony that didn't fit inside the fence. And then all the way over here, potatoes are rocking over there. Need to water them, they need some attention. The weeds are nice and green, all my clover and creeping Charlie. Finally made a decision on the well planter. I kept this box over here, my Mother's Day gift. I'm loving that with a Thumbergia. And then we added some Scaevola and a fuchsia salvia. Because I know that will get large. I have hummingbirds around here and they really love the salvia. The Scaevola will tolerate low water. That makes me happy. And over here, oh, there's my Monstera. She came out for summer. Espalier's been cleaned up a bit. These planters I need to find homes for. I might even disassemble that and plant those in the ground. I haven't decided. I told myself I was going to keep it simple over here, and I feel like I didn't. I did repeat plantings, like the verbena. Love that. It fills in nicely. I just tend not to be patient enough early in the season to let things go, so I keep stuffing more in there. And I love these, but I just feel like there's no pops over here. It's a lot of monotone. I was trying to go for purples with pops of yellow. The yellow blooming plants won't bloom until later. We do have some, not echinacea, not goldenrod, the other one, black-eyed Susan, there we go. I have some of those up here that will pop. I did put in some meteor shower to keep the pollinators happy. I've cut some of my forget-me-nots back. I need to get the rest of that dead foliage out of there because that's not helping. The blue evolvulus is gorgeous when it's open. It's not open all the time. So that's kind of meh, a little bit of a disappointment because when it's open, you just can't help but love the color. This sedum I never did trim back. So this one will have larger, taller blooms that may not flop. The other sedums I trimmed so they'll have smaller seed heads. Gomphrena looks lovely. I might take the Gomphrena out of that pot and put it into the ground. The catmint's finally woken up. And these Craspedia are not as far along as the ones in the cut garden. I think they're just not getting as much sun because my tree in the front yard really does shade this for a good part of the afternoon. It used to all be hot sun. Still needs a lot of water because of the way the rain falls off the roof. This will not get rainwater. The gutter can help a little bit, but we haven't had enough rain, so that's on me to supplement, and I don't have a sprinkler hose out yet. Petunias are kind of filling in. I'm not loving them. I love them because they do have a big impact, but really not until July, so I need to be patient. I just kind of want instant gratification, or I should just leave it. I don't know. I have added more perennials. I just need to be happy with what I have. Over here, there's another Craspedia. These are coleus I grew. These poppies were all winter sown. I literally sprinkled them in the snow, I believe in January, and let nature do its thing. And I can't believe they actually have buds on them. I would love to transplant them, but I'm kind of afraid that they won't make it if I do. They should just be the standard orangey red poppies. My orange one, that one was a transplant from the mother plant over here. So right underneath this Rose of Sharon is my very large poppy that's all done blooming. And that one over on the other side of the stairs was from that. I love these colors. They're making me happy, giving me life. Looks nice and full. I don't know why I can't do it on the other side. Try to do it on a budget, start my own seedlings, but then I'm not happy because I want to go to the nursery and just buy all the plants. This fuchsia looks like she's struggling. I need to get water to these plants, and it looks like the slugs have found that as well. So for June, we're doing okay. I have not been as diligent as I was in previous years, so it's my own fault if they don't look their best. But every year, I'm getting my act together more and more. I just need to stay focused on what I'm growing from seedlings, whether it's for the cut flowers or for this particular area up here, since it's the most visual. That's it for now.